Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a bounce around the garden day and let's just try to get as much done as we can get done today. Hi everybody, today I'm going to bounce around the garden and just get different things done. We've come off of 2 or 3 weeks of 80-degree weather. Yesterday the temperatures plummeted and now we're down in the 30s at night. I'm in Southwest Ohio, zone 6B. So this is typical weather for us in April. So I can't put any of my warm season stuff out yet, but y'all, there's still a ton of stuff in this garden that needs to get done long before we get to those summer vegetables. And that's what we're going to focus on today. I do have some things already set up, like this beautiful GreenStalk right here. We worked on that last weekend. Got carrots, got lettuce, got onion, got herbs in the bottom, and this looks amazing. So I believe the first thing that we'll focus on today is another GreenStalk. So let's head over to that area, focus on that GreenStalk before we get into anything else. Ooh, y'all, it is chilly out here. We are over to this GreenStalk right here. This is a leaf GreenStalk. The pockets are only 7 inches deep. And so you want something with small roots, shallow roots. And this is going to be my collard green GreenStalk. I have 5 tiers versus 7 because I'm short. And so all 5 tiers are going to be different varieties of collard greens. Now I have Georgia collard greens. Yeah, some of these collard greens, I done had them so long, y'all, I can start cooking them already because of the size container they're in. But I got Bats, Georgia collard greens, and I think that's all I have. Yeah, these are not very happy, but guess what? I'm going to put them in there anyway. Oh, and then I got some seeds up here of some different collard greens. We're going to be putting in more Georgia collard greens from Renee's garden, y'all. I picked up a green flash collard green. We're going to plant some of those. I think some of these are those as well. The Georgia Southern collard green is from my seed collection that I have with GreenStalk. So if you're interested in my seed bundle from GreenStalk, you can get that on their websites. Links to the website and everything will be below. But there's the Kids Cozy Corner seed bundle, and Georgia Southern collard greens are in that bundle. And then I'm also going to be growing Champion collard greens, which is a vat style collard green. So I got seeds to make up the difference for anywhere where I don't have plants, because this is 30 pockets and I don't have 30 plants, and I usually put 2 plants per pocket, but we're going to put 1 per pocket this time just because, yeah, I don't have enough plants. So I'm not taking this one apart. There's no reason to take it apart. Oh, look at that. I got little labels that's already made up for these, and they're perfect. Yep, they're perfect. Anyway, no need to take it apart because we just moved this into this area from my patio. So I had to take it apart to move it and restack it into this space here. So we've already cleaned all the gray disc out and everything. The only thing we need to do is add, well, get rid of some of this dried up stuff that's in here. Add a little extra soil, some fertilizer, and we're going to fill this thing right on up. So we'll be filling the pockets with Happy Frog, of course. Get my soil out the way. So just going to add more soil to the pockets. Y'all, I've had this GreenStalk for a long time, a long, long time. And it's still holding up. I don't even take it inside. I don't cover it up in the winter anymore. Early on, I used to take the soil out of it every year. I don't do that either. but it's holding up very well. And GreenStalk gives you, I think it's a 5-year warranty or something like that on their GreenStalks. And I've had this a lot longer than 5 years. And I grow a lot of food in GreenStalks, y'all. So much so, I have a GreenStalk playlist showing all the different things I've grown in it. GreenStalk tours throughout my garden, all kinds of GreenStalk stuff. So I got my soil in every pocket, lots of labels in every pocket. The next thing I need to add is fertilizer, and we're going to go ahead and add it to every pocket. I'm going to mix this fertilizer into every pocket. Being careful not to push soil up into that little gray disc. That's an important piece there, so just got to remember that since we're doing this with it put together, you got to be careful not to clog up that gray disc. So all the pockets are fertilized, and now we can actually put the stuff in the pockets. Where I'm putting transplants in, I'm adding mycos, and I'm going to put my transplants down low, and I'm going to leave my seeds up high. So we're going to dig out a spot. I think I got enough for 3 tiers. We're going to get it in here. They are quite root bound, kind of wrapped around there. Okay, we got this one planted up. And since I planted seeds, I gotta water each pocket just a little bit. And then of course, we're gonna water from the top to take care of all of those transplants. And this soil was super dry, so I really need to get that watered in really well. But the seeds is what I'm focusing on in the individual pockets. That's good for now. Let's move to something else. This is the next bed that we're going to set up, and we're going to set it up for cabbage. And y'all, I am in the shade because it's still super early in the morning, but the sun is almost getting ready to get on over the top of that tree, and then I'll be in full sun for the rest of the day. But let's get this bed ready to go next. I gotta get the weeds out, and this is a little tough, so we're gonna put it on the edge. We'll let it keep breaking down. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna let it break down over there. These were marigold flowers. I'm hoping some of them come back this year. I hope they self-seeded. Hopefully, we'll see. And peanuts. Yep, peanuts in the bed. Let's try to find our water line. It's down here somewhere. Let's get it back on the top. Water lines out. I'm leaving all of that matter in there. It's not too thick. I like to put my cabbage here or cool season crops here so it gets protected by the evening sun, which is over there. And then on this trellis, we will have cucumbers, but it's too early for the cucumbers at this time. All right, you only get 1 bag, so you need to be happy with that 1 bag. That's all you get. Everybody else needs some. You know what? I had somebody ask me how many metal raised beds I now have. I have 12 olive green metal raised beds, and then I have, I think 7 of the wood grain, sun-kissed or something like that, sunlit or something like that. So what was that, 17 metal raised beds in all? plus my green stalks, which I think I got 17 of those as well, and a few pots here and there. I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize the whole bed. Mix it in. And I'm gonna use the square foot garden method for the most part. Ooh, let's put the water line in first. Let's do that first. By putting the water line in first, it's gonna help me judge where to put each one of my plants so I can put it right on top of one of the emitters. And it's not something I think about all the time, but at least I'm thinking about it this time. A lot of times the water line is an afterthought for me, and then I'm trying to go around my onion and everything else to try to get them in the bed. Now this way, I can put a plant right on each one of the little spots. So let's find the spots. That's in a way. And I think I have a spot like every 12 inches or something like that. I have another bed done, and now y'all, we're gonna find something else to do. And I believe I got another green stalk that is in need of some broccoli right now. I think that's what we're gonna do next. Let's move over there. Wow, doesn't this green stalk look good? Let me get you on the other side so you can see it. This is a little better, but this is mustards growing in here. A little bit more, we'll be harvesting some of these. I got purple or red mustard in the bottom. And then this is just my traditional curly mustard. And in between, y'all, I believe there's kale up here. And y'all, I don't know what that is. And I didn't label it. Maybe it's purple sprouting broccoli. I'm not sure. I don't forgot, y'all, and I should have labeled it, but I didn't. But anyway, this one looks good. And I have 2 more available. But in those 2, y'all, I still got to save room for summer vegetables like my eggplants and my melons and cucumbers and that kind of stuff. But I still have a whole bunch of broccoli over here. So y'all, I'm going to take that broccoli and we're going to go over to the neighbors. And we're going to hold off on doing that green stalk. So let's go over to the neighbors. Hi, neighbor. Hey, I have too much broccoli. Too much broccoli. Can we put broccoli in that bed behind you? Of course. Okay. All right. Oh, you did good. Look at it.
I have a lot left over though. I'll put them back in a pot.
Okay.
Give them back to you so you can use it.
All right. Let's see here. I'm just going to set these right here for now, just to get them out the way.
I can put these down another pot.
Okay. And then we'll just fill this up with, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12. That should be plenty. It should be plenty. I'm going to rake the mulch back, but then I'm going to bring it forward again. That mulch kept us from having weeds, though.
Oh, yeah.
I never got mulch on mine.
But you didn't need to, did you? Because it worked out really
Well, for the most part, I did okay. There's a few weeds in a couple places, but, you know, hey.
With your dirt, it comes up so easy.
It does. It does. It just pulls straight up. And I'm going to add a little more of that dirt right here. I brought a bag. I really want a lot of broccoli this year. That's what I want more than anything is a ton of broccoli.
What do you make with it?
I just want to be able to freeze it to get me through the winter. Because right now, when the winter gets here, I don't have broccoli and I don't want to buy it. So if I can get through the winter and pull it out the freezer, you know? So I am over here, Miss Pam's over here. She's planting onion because remember I told you I had so many onion. I gave her a whole bunch of onion and she's got a handful of it here. We're doing 2 4x4 beds of nothing but different types of red onion. One's a blush, and I don't remember what the other one is. But in this bed, I am going to work on broccoli. And I got several different varieties, and my plants look horrible, but they're going to look so much better once I give them room to spread their legs. Now, let me do it right. Square foot garden method says 1 per foot. Let's try to do it as close to that as possible. Because I'll squeeze them in. Y'all know me. I will squeeze them in, and I'll have 8 in a 4-foot row. I didn't bring my fertilizer over here, but Happy Frog has fertilizer in it, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I am going to get my mycos in. Now, this is actually not even broccoli. This is cauliflower. I was wrong. This is cauliflower. Purple of Sicily cauliflower. It's a purple head of cauliflower. Miss Pam, do you eat cauliflower?
I do like cauliflower.
Oh, good. I'm growing a ton of that this year, too. In the winter, we get tired of eating beans and greens. So I got to find something else to put in my freezer. All right, now everything else is some type of broccoli. Okay. And I haven't seen any rabbits. Have you seen any rabbits lately?
I have.
You have?
Not here, there.
Oh.
When I walk Bella.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't want them to come here anymore. I wasn't planning on putting up any protection, but if we start seeing it, let me know and I'll put my little protection up. So I'm gonna move this mulch back around. Okay, y'all. So we got a little more than a half a bed here of broccoli and some cauliflower. So now we're gonna go get into something else. Miss Pam is over here working on onions. I'm gonna leave her to the onion and we're gonna go do something else. Well, Miss Pam, I'll see you around. I'm gonna go work somewhere else. Y'all, I went inside to charge my battery. I got busy doing other stuff and I forgot to even end this video. But I did a few other things. Let me share with you what I did to wrap up this day outside. One of the things that I did was put these little, whatever you call these things, throughout the garden in strategic locations. So I have fewer beds this year than usual. Since I redesigned this whole area, I have fewer beds than I've had in the past. So before I had these long rows of wooden beds that started over here and ended over there at the back of that red she shed back there. Well, now I've turned everything kind of catty corner and I have more walking space in between my beds. So I have more room. Everything is not on top of each other, but I still believe I'm going to get a good harvest this year. But since I have fewer beds, I got to find another way to get all of those wonderful vegetables in my garden like I usually keep in my garden. I have fewer spaces for trellising things. So I'll be putting tomatoes on all of these, but cucumbers. Y'all, I don't have as many places to put cucumbers because I don't have as many trellising areas. So I figured, and I did cucumbers last year in these, and I figured I can do a cucumber right on the edge of each and every one of these beds. So I got 4 of them lined up, 1, 2, 3 over there. The 4th one's next to that bed. These aren't blocking anything, so I don't have to worry about it shading anything out. But y'all, I think that's going to help me get the cucumber supply that I'm trying to get. Now, I still have cucumbers from 2 years ago that I canned. So I got bread and butter pickles and I have dill pickles. Y'all, I still want more pickles. Or I want more cucumbers. I like to eat cucumbers fresh all season long. And I want to be able to give more cucumbers away. So I'm figuring these little babies right here is going to be what makes the difference for me. So we got 4 set up and I have 2 more, but I didn't get those set up today. I think that's the last of everything. I've already showed you what I did over at the neighbors, watered everything in real good, and kind of just sat back and looked at everything as well. Yeah, that's a task by itself, y'all, to sit back and then just admire God's work and the sweat you put in to make the space the way it is. But y'all, that's where I'm going to have to end it today. I know it's short, I know it's sweet. We did a few things in the garden, around the garden, and over at the neighbors, but that's all we got done today, outside anyway. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm always showing you something I'm getting into. Sometimes it's shenanigans and it's a mess, and other times I'm doing the right things and I'm getting the right harvest. So we almost got all of those brassicas in. We have a few more, but we're going to have to work on them on another day. So until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you choose to hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner Garden with me. Talk to you soon. Bye.